This exercise deals with honoring a note, which really just means they are going to go ahead and pay off what they owe. So following our selected transactions for Eduardo Company on November the 1st, accepted a $7,000 180-day 6% note dated November the 1st from Melosa Allen in granting a time extension on her past due accounts receivable. So what's really happening here is Melosa Allen had accounts receivable with Eduardo Company. It's getting older and older and older, and Eduardo thinks, well, look, why should I let this sit here on the books and not collect any interest when I can turn this old accounts receivable into a note that's going to collect 6% interest? So that's exactly what happens. So on November the 1st, on the books of Eduardo Company, right there, we will debit notes receivable Allen, $7,000, and we'll credit accounts receivable. So that just turned something that was getting older into something that might stand up better in court and also start collecting interest. All right, December 31st adjusted the year-end accounts for the accrued interest earned on the Allen note. So now here we are, all of November, all of December, and now we're not going to collect this note yet because it's not due for 180 days, but we are going to show the interest that is earned on this note. Even though we haven't collected the money, we've earned the interest. And so we will, on December 31st, debit interest receivable and credit interest revenue for $70. And I may have a calculation showing how that got $70, but here we are. Yes, I do. That calculation is $7,000, that's the principal on the note, times 6%, times 60 over 360, and that equals $70. And that might be rounded to the nearest dollar, and your problem will say whether or not they want you to round to the nearest dollar, and they probably do. So that's on the 31st. We are accruing interest on this note up here. Now, on April the 30th, Allen honors her note, which means she's going to pay it. And so it says February 28th has 28 days for the current year. So they're just telling you how many days for making an interest calculation. So here we go on the April 30th. We're going to debit cash for the total amount we're going to collect, which was the $7,000 principal plus $210 interest. We're going to credit notes receivable for the principal of the note, and that because that was all set up, and we're going to credit interest revenue for $140, and that represents the interest that we've earned from the beginning of this year until April the 30th. We're also going to credit interest receivable for $70, which represents this $70 worth of interest that we had earned for the previous, those 2 months back in the last year, that from November 1st to December 31st. So all these pieces together equal how much money we're going to get in cash. And let's see, do I have a calculation for interest? I do. The interest on this note for this new year, that is from January the 1st through April the 30th, would be $7,000 times 6% times 120. Notice there was 180 days in the note, and 60 of them were in the old year, 120 of them were in the new year, and that's 120 divided by 360, which equals $140 interest. So that's a situation where the note has been honored or paid when it's due, like you're supposed to.